Happy Monday, Flosstube. It's Monday again. Here I am again. I've got some fairly artificial lighting on today because it is the grayest possible gray of gray days outside. So hopefully I'm not too shiny faced that you have to look away from the screen because it's glaring in your face. So my son is home ill today from school, so it's gonna probably be a little bit shorter than I was hoping to do, but I think I can still get through everything that I had to share with you today. So I did some giveaways last week. Let's start with that. And I had 3 giveaways because, and on the Facebook group, I said, because Monday. And I had so much fun with that last week that I thought, how about we make that a regular thing? Why don't we start each week, each Monday, with a little chart giveaway? Just a small chart, just a little bit of happy at the beginning of our week because Monday, right? So new segment at the beginning of Flosstube Monday is because Monday, and we're gonna do a little chart giveaway. To keep things simple for me, I'm gonna keep those giveaways on the Facebook group. So if you're a member of Friday Off the Grid, you're already there. I will put that post up on Facebook and you can find that, and you can search for Because Monday if you have trouble finding it. I will always use that as the header in the post when I post it. I'm not gonna pin it to the top because I have the giveaway entry this month for Sunday High Tea is already pinned to the top. So between all of us, I'm sure we can figure it out. So let's get started first of all with telling you who won the Because Monday charts from last week. So first of all was the pattern from Leia Patterns, which is the PDF of the Be Happy design. And the winner of that was comment number 37, which was Edith. So Edith Schneeberger, you are the winner of that PDF Be Happy pattern. I don't have a picture of it right here. I showed it last Monday. It is super cute. I'm going to be stitching it myself at some point in the near future. So Edith, send me an email and I will get that PDF off to you. The second giveaway was the Pass the Stash that I had, which was the Plum Street Sampler Beans. Now, yeah, that's gonna, there we go. Did you see up there? I finished it. Now, I finished it badly, okay? So I wasn't even gonna show you, but you know what? It's still done. So hang on a minute and I'll show you a little more closely. Okay. So here it is. And as you can see, I did a terrible job stuffing it. My seaming is great because I used my sewing machine. That was idiot proof. But as you can see, I was so impatient. Well, idiot proof is, I mean, I know how to sew. Lots of people don't know how to sew. So that was a broad generalization. You are not an idiot if you don't know how to operate a sewing machine. That was a terrible thing to say. So, excuse me. I did a wonderful job seaming my pillow because I know how to sew. I did a terrible job stuffing the pillow because I was super impatient and I wanted it done yesterday and I didn't stuff it enough. I thought it was good enough and I sewed the seam closed on the one end and then I'm like, yeah, that's terrible. But I just kept sewing it closed and I'm like, I just want it done, and I thought I could massage the stuffing once it was closed because actually it was really difficult. I had a hard time sewing the end closed. If I had to do this again, I would probably just go and look for a pillow form, which would have been the easy way to handle it. Just buy a pillow form and then sew it to the dimensions of the pillow. But you know what? It's done. It's not perfect, but at least it's not in my closet. So, done. Okay, so the chart, which was giveaway number 2, Pass the Stash, because I'm now done with it. The winner of this was comment number 122, which was Gail Bellow. And I already got a reply from Gail, and she's super excited that she won it. So maybe when she's done, maybe she'll pass the stash again. I know she's a big commenter on our Facebook group. So Gail, I hope that we see you stitching this on the Facebook group. I'd love to see your version of it. Congratulations. Okay, because Monday, third giveaway. I had 3 last week, which was so fun. And because it's almost Halloween also, this was my nod to Halloween. This is the Just Nan Be Scary pattern. And I know the price tag is a little bit ripped. This is still a brand new pattern. I've never stitched it. I got it from Thread and I. When they were closing down, Kathy and Neil allowed me to purchase a stack of patterns for a greatly reduced price. So I was planning ahead, people, because giveaways are awesome. So this is from that stack of new charts that I bought. So even though the price tag is ripped, this is brand new. They were selling the charms separately. So like I said last week, the owl charm is not included, but I am going to send you one of my little charms that I use for zipper pulls. I just won't attach the lobster claw. And then if you want to use that, it should be the right size. If not, I don't know, you may have to fudge them. Oh, I should tell you who won it, right? Was comment number 29, Valerie Monahan. So congratulations, Valerie. And together with this Just Nan, I'm including some really super cute Halloween ghosty fabric. I had a few questions on what this fabric was, and so actually I looked it up and it's really interesting. I mean, I didn't look, I found what it was and then I looked it up because it was interesting. So follow with me here. This on the selvage, it's called Hooligans. Yeah, Hooligans, like the owl. See that? And it's a fabric flare. So www.fabricflare.com. And it was made for Glendon Place. So I went on and I looked up Hooligans for Glendon Place, and you can actually purchase this fabric on the Glendon Place website. And apparently it was specifically designed for a Glendon Place pattern called Hooligans Hangout. And hooligan is an owl. And it's actually a really fun Halloween pattern. So this is the fabric that was specially designed for that pattern. However, I think you could do just about any Halloween design on this fabric because it's pretty cute, right? So, congratulations, Valerie. I hope you love it, and I can't wait to see it on the Facebook group. All right. So much fun. Isn't it fun? This is a much better way to start Monday, I'll tell you that. That and coffee. So today is a Gilmore Girls day. My Gilmore Girls Luke's mug. My family bought me this when they went to Universal Studios. Someplace like that. I think I was at home stitching. So what else is new? So we have another giveaway today. I'm doing one pattern giveaway. That's probably going to be the norm moving forward because Monday, it's most likely going to be just one giveaway. And it is, like I said, going to be on the Facebook group Friday Off the Grid. And if you're not a member, you really want to be a member because it's the warmest, friendliest, nicest, stitchiest group of people you've ever met. And the stitching is amazing. Are you ready? Okay, today's giveaway is also a brand new chart. Because I love Christmas, the next Monday giveaways are probably going to be heavily holiday geared because I go right from summer to Christmas and I stitch Christmas year round. You ready? This is really cute. Okay, so this is this week's chart, Poppy Creations, White Christmas. And I love the fabric that they chose in the model. I love the simplicity of it. So of course it says, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas with children singing, sleigh bells ringing. I could see you adding in a little bit of sparkly cry neck in here or some petite treasure braid in the sleigh. I think they've added a few buttons, or are those beads? Not buttons, excuse me. Let's see. Does it say? Beads. Any white beads. Well, there you go. Any white beads. And there's only 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. They're all in the sleigh. 3 beads. That's it. And I'm sure you could leave them off if you didn't have little white beads. But it's so pretty. I love it. So I hope this cheered you up on a gray, dreary Monday. At least it is like that for me. But it's all good. So happy Monday. Again, I will put that up on the Facebook group and you can enter there. No questions, nothing, no hoops you have to jump through. Just leave me a comment. That's all. Okay. Also, one word about giveaways. Lately, I have been, and there are a few people who can attest to this, I've been a little bit slow in mailing out the giveaways. I keep very good notes, so I know who's won the giveaway, and I have all of the information about where to send it, so on and so forth. But my to-do list is long, and sometimes it gets left. And then by blink, and a month has gone by. So I do my best to get the giveaways out quickly. Sometimes it doesn't happen as quickly as I would like. However, never fear, you will get your giveaway prize eventually. And Debbie, I'm looking at you because poor Debbie, she was September's high tea winner, and she's still waiting for her prize because of me. But that's okay. It's coming. It's coming, I promise. Okay, I have been so excited for this next thing to share with you. So when I dug out my beans finish, the stitching, it was in my closet. And I mentioned that I have a stack of finished stitched projects that, you know, when I finish them, I put them somewhere safe to keep them clean and free of dog hair and safe, right? And I roll them because I don't want to store them folded, so I roll them. And because there are a few, they help keep each other safe and cozy. I didn't realize how many there were in the pile. So, and in fact, I don't even really remember what's in this pile. That's the exciting part for me. So when I pulled out the beans stitching, I didn't really take a good look at what else was in the pile because I thought it would be fun to look at it together. So this is what it looks like all rolled up. I'm showing you the back because if I showed you the other side, you'd know right away what design it was. It's a fairly hefty, it's a fairly thick little stack here. So let's open it up and see what's inside. And I'm hoping that I won't have to put too much stuff behind them. Oh yeah, I love this one. Okay, so this first one is most definitely a Little House Needleworks. And this is the 12 Days of Christmas. So, oh, and of course they've been rolled up for quite a while. So pardon the rolling, unrolling. Look at, I remember stitching those little people at the bottom and they were so fun. I loved her little pail that she had in her hands, and the house was so cute. I guess it's a barn. It's a barn, isn't it? That's not a house. That's a big barn. So the 12 Days of Christmas, I remember finishing this and I loved it. I still love it. So maybe I'm gonna have to get that one framed soon. Okay, next up, oh yeah, next up is one of the hands-on design. This is, I think this is November, but I stitched it in October because Canadians celebrate Thanksgiving in October and Americans celebrate in November. So be thankful and grateful. And I loved this one, it was so cute. Again, I just stitched this with a regular B5200 and I think that's Ginger Snap, the Weeks Dye Work Ginger Snap. That was the little color there, half of a skein. It's usually about half a skein of the specialty thread to finish an entire month of these sweet little designs. That was really fun. And I'm going to go down a little rabbit hole here just for a moment, because talking about the difference between Canadian and American just reminded me of something for a moment. So I started last week with a joke, and the joke goes like this. How do you stop Canadian bacon from curling in the pan? And the answer is, you take away its tiny little broom, which is hilarious. But a lot of people didn't get it. And I didn't even think that people wouldn't get it, but it totally makes sense that people wouldn't get it, because if you don't know what curling is, you're never gonna get the joke. So now I'm just gonna break the joke down for you. Curling is a sport, and it is a very popular Canadian sport. I might be speaking out of turn here, but I believe it was invented in Canada. Correct me if I'm wrong. I am frequently wrong. So everyone who's Canadian knows what curling is. It is a sport played on the ice with stones. They're called curling stones. They are round. They are like rocks, curling rocks, okay? They're perfectly round and smooth, and they have a hooked handle on the top of each one, okay? So the curler is the one who moves in such a way down the ice, kind of like bowling. Think about bowling, except they're moving down the ice and then they crouch down and slide on one bended knee, and then they release the curling rock, okay? And then, like crazy people, in front of the curling rock are other curlers with brooms, and they sweep the ice, sweep, 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 in front of the curling stone as the stone is moving its way down the ice. And the purpose of that is to knock the other player's stone out of the playing field on the ice, the playing ice, okay? It's actually an Olympic sport. So when you take away the tiny broom, it can't curl in the pan anymore. And that's why it's funny. I've retold that joke so many times, and it still makes me laugh every time. So thank you. I believe it was Marie who sent me that joke. So funny. All right, carrying on. The next is, oh, it's another Little House Needleworks. This is a good one. This is the Inn at Fox River Mill. So a beautiful stitch. This one was so much fun. I remember stitching the water and the fox. Yeah, this was fun. I did this with the specialty threads as charted. So exactly as charted, no switches. I have no idea what the fabric is, and that's going to be a consistent, I have no idea. These pieces were stitched over the last 15 years in this pile, 10, 15 years. I have no idea what it is, but I remember that it was the specialty flosses. So that's the next one. I'm getting through them. Actually, I only have two more. Okay, this one is, good heavens, I think this is another Little House Needleworks. Ye Old Coffee Shop, Ye Old Coffee House, serving the official beverage of the colonies. So, again, if it's got coffee on it, chances are pretty good I'm going to stitch it. Anything coffee themed with a house, bonus points for the house. I'm really going to want to stitch it then. So, that was a really fun one. And I love how the white just really pops out from the house. Really sweet. Okay, next and last. The biggest one is last because it was the biggest piece of fabric. It was wrapping everything else up. And again, this is a Little House Needleworks. I didn't realize these were like all Little House Needleworks. All of them, except for the, that's really quite funny. I actually had no clue that these were all Little House Needleworks, except for the hands-on design. Okay, so this one, I know for sure that this is a 36 count fabric because I remember being slightly annoyed that the coverage I wanted was 2 threads, but it felt a little thick the whole time I was stitching it. But I persevered, and I think it's pretty fabulous. It's my neighborhood. Well, I mean, it's not my neighborhood. It's some random neighborhood in Little House Needleworks imagination. But a little house, a little tree, a neighborhood for you and me. And you'll notice, if you look closely, neighborhood is spelled the way I spell it. Because I'm Canadian, we spell it the proper way with a U. I'm kidding. We spell things differently, you and I. Americans spell neighborhood without the extra U. Color, neighborhood, neighbor, honor, you name it. If it's an OR, we're probably going to put a U in there somewhere. So, this was one of the first stitch-alongs that I ever did. It's probably one of the only stitch-alongs I've ever completed as well, but that's neither here nor there. It's done. I love it. Love it. You know we spell pajamas differently too, right? I actually didn't know that. I had no clue we spelled pajamas differently until I was looking at, it was that Heartstring Sampleries piece. And I was looking at it, I thought, she spelled pajamas wrong. How did no one catch that she spelled pajamas wrong? And then I started looking at online and I actually went online and started looking up other people's finishes of that piece, and they had all spelled pajamas wrong. And I thought, maybe the problem's with me. And sure enough, that is definitely an American Canadian or American British thing where we spell it P-Y-J-A-M-A-S and not P-A-J-A. Instead of the P-A, it's P-Y for us. Pajamas, not pajamas. Does that make sense? I think so. We spell it with a Y. I had never seen it spelled without the Y, and that was very strange. Anyways, our differences are magical. Okay, that's it. It's rolled back up again, and it will probably stay rolled up. I don't know. But hey, look at all the stuff I finished. That was really fun. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for letting me share with you. You didn't share. You had to sit there. I'm hoping you were stitching while I was sharing. Okay, that's it for stitching stuff today. I have a little bit of a shop update information. As you know, the holiday kits are coming out this week. I'm so excited. It has been nothing but holiday in my house. The entire downstairs of my house is covered in holiday, which I love. So I am releasing it on Thursday afternoon at 5 p.m. on my Etsy shop. www.evertote.com, 5 p.m. I will have the listing live, and I will also have a video set to come out at the same time. November 1st is the day that the holiday cups are released at both Starbucks and Tim Hortons. And so that's why I picked that day, because it always, every year, feels like a really celebratory day to me. And I know that's ridiculous. It's a coffee cup. It's such a small thing, but it's a small, simple pleasure that every year brings me tremendous joy, just because. So that's why I do it on the same day. I mean, all of the 2 years that I've now done it. So November 1st, 5 p.m., there will be a video, and I hope you love it. I hope you love it. There will be 2 styles to choose from. One will be a large flat tote. The other one will be a medium wedge tote. Both will come with a notions pouch, and there's a few other things in the kit, but I'm gonna save that for the video on Thursday. I'm pretty excited. So my plan is to have everything shipped out by November the 9th. I have my daughter slated to help me next week with the packaging and the shipping. So as soon as I can possibly humanly get your packages out in the mail, they will go. Canada Post is, there are rotating strikes going on. So I had spoken with you before about Canada Post going on strike. They did actually eventually choose to exercise their right to strike, but it is 24-hour rotating strikes across the country, and they are giving advance notice about where those strikes are going to happen. They're choosing major city centers across the country. It's 24 hours. Everything else is still wide open and continuing business as usual. It's really not affecting things in a huge way. Stuff might be delayed by a day. That's it. It's really not a big deal. So I'm trying to have a couple extra bags in the shop up at the same time. It's more likely that that will probably be after the kit is released in the upcoming 2 or 3 weeks. I have some other holiday fabrics that I will be making bags from, but again, I'm probably going to just release those later. And again, I might do another shop update in video in 2 or 3 weeks. We'll see. So that's it. I'm kind of excited because it means that the holidays are coming. And I'm also excited because I have a retreat coming up this weekend. I have my usual retreat that happens in Ingersoll, and I get to see all of my friends again who I haven't seen since, when was the last one? February? Yeah, I haven't seen them since February. My friend Heidi Cran is going to be there, and my friend Patty Brake from Newfoundland is going to be there. Now I should mention a huge shout out to Patty, because I met Patty first as a knitter, and you know, Canadian knit podcasts, when you sort of start to meet other knitting podcasters, meeting other podcasters from the same country is always really fun. And so because she was in Newfoundland, we started chatting and discovered that she's also a stitcher. She's a cross-stitch designer. I have given away her patterns before. I'm sure I will be doing that again. They are super cute, and she is lovely. So like I said, I met her through Knitting Podcast. She has just recently started Flosstube videos as well. So I'm going to include a link to Patty's Flosstube videos in the drop-down box below. So I'll be meeting Patty this weekend for the very first time in real life. We've only chatted online before, so I'm pretty excited about that as well. All right, that's it for me today. As you can see, I did not wear my yellow cowl that I had just finished last week because it really needs a wash and a block. So instead, because I needed some color, I know I'm wearing gray and black, and it's gray outside, but I love gray and black. So I did wear some color. So this is a Hitchhiker shawl that I knit a few years ago back now. It's a very simple free pattern on Ravelry. You can find it, and it's got these sweet little teeth along the entire one side. And it's just a one skein project, fingering weight shawl, and it's just really nice to wrap around your neck if there's just a little bit of a chill. So again, one skein, fingering weight shawl. Oh, I had some questions about the scarf I was wearing last Monday. Yes, I did knit that myself. That is a Jared Flood, it's like a 2x2 rib scarf. It also is a free pattern. You buy 4 skeins of Noro. It's a particular kind of, I mean, you could do it with anything, but the pattern that he did calls for 4 skeins of Noro. You know what? I've got it right here. How convenient is that? So this actually is the yarn that's used, because I bought this to make another one. So I actually have, oops, I just threw one of them across the room. So I'm gonna make another one of those stripy scarves. Do these colors look like me? Familiar, you think? So this is Noro Silk Garden, and it is a combination of, where is it? I can't find it. Anyways, I'm sure it doesn't matter. Silk, mohair, and wool. Now, it's 50 grams, so it's 100 meters, and I paid $13 a skein. You need 4 skeins, so it's not inexpensive. So if that is out of your budget, you could easily knit that scarf with different wool. So it's a Jared Flood 2x2 rib scarf pattern. I'll try to find a link to it and put it in the drop-down box below. It's a beautiful scarf, and I wear mine all the time. I do like sometimes spending a little bit more money on wool especially wool that I'm going to wear next to my face or my neck, because I'm, you know, very tactile, and I like it to feel really, if it feels really good, I'm much more likely to wear it. And I think if I'm going to put that much time and effort into something that I'm making to actually wear as part of my wardrobe, I'd like it to be comfortable and cozy. So $13 a skein. Yeah, it's a little bit dear for 100 grams. Sorry, it's not 100 grams, it's 100 meters. So it's a little bit dear, but when you're talking about silk and mohair combined with the wool, it feels really good. Anyway, that's it for me. I hope you have a wonderful Monday. I hope you have a fantastic week. And I will see you on Thursday for the launch of the kit. Happy stitching.